Ashlee Jones, thanks for turning up today. Ashlee, obviously today we're going to be talking about your career as a goalkeeper. You know, you're very renowned for being a goalkeeper that has played in the Football League and now is playing non-league football at the minute.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your time as a league goalkeeper.
Well, my first sniff around in and around the first team was when I was 16, and I was at QPR on a non-contract. I got brought in by Kenny Jackett to train with the first team. That was really my first proper sniff, being trained with the first team. When I was a consistent fit in the first team was when I was at Ruston and Diamonds, and near the back end of the season, and then I was just sitting on the bench and stuff, but I was doing really well in the youth team there, so they pushed me into the first team. And then I went non-league for a bit at Potter's Bar, and then I played a few games there. Then I got moved to Wickham, and I was doing well there. And then I didn't play because we needed to win the last game of the season to get promoted, and we won that, so I didn't play. But I played my first league game for Darlington against Notts County, and we lost.
Yeah, I remember watching that. Yeah.
We lost, and that's about it really. And then ever since that, I went Braintree, but I didn't play. Didn't get a chance, and then I just went Canby Island last season. Season just gone, just to play a solid season, and then just to have people know I can play. I'm not just second choice or anything like.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. As a goalkeeper, how hard is it? Because I think not a lot of people understand how difficult it is as a goalkeeper when there's only really, you're either number one or you're number two.
Yeah, it is hard. Me personally, I think it is the hardest position to get pushed to play, because if I make a mistake, it's a goal. Basically, anyone else, they've got someone else to cover type thing. But it is really hard, and it's just one of the things you just gotta have the determination.
What we want, everybody to see is you're a goalkeeper that is 25 now. Yeah. Obviously, so you are a young goalkeeper. Yeah. You've had taste of Football League, which is most players' dreams. Every young player wants to play in a Football League or be involved at a Football League club. What would you say the difference is between being at a Football League club and being in non-league? I
would say it's consistency, because when you're in a league club, you're training every day of the week. When you're non-league, you've only got really and truly 4 hours in a whole week to try and get things better, to improve at certain areas as well. But when you're full time, you've got the whole week. You could do one thing this day. I could work on crossing the next day. I could work on my kicking the next day. So it is harder, but people don't really realise that, and they try and cram everything in, but it's not possible. But it is consistency, because I know a lot of good footballers that I could see now, especially young around my area or anything. I could see a lot of young boys and say if he gets full-time football somewhere, he'll be really good. But non-league isn't for everyone, especially the ones with technical ability. It is much harder for them.
So when you say non-league is hard football to play in?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is harder.
Do you think it's underestimated?
It is underestimated, especially over the last 2 or 3 years, because there's a lot of people that have played in the league that's been at league clubs and had to drop down, because there's so many people being released from clubs and that now. So the standard is getting better, and it's only going to get better now as well, because there's going to be so many numbers getting released from clubs and that. Money, the recession and stuff that's killing everyone, so it will get better as well.
So let's talk about attitude in football, because that's a big thing at the minute, and I think not a lot of people understand when we say attitude. But having the right attitude is fundamental. It's probably 80% of making you a football player. Would you say that?
Yeah. I know quite a few footballers that are not good enough, but have made it because of their attitude, because they've worked hard, or people will say it's sucking up to the match, but I don't even think it's that. I just think it's being clever and just using things to their strengths. But then again, I know a lot of other footballers that haven't made it because they apparently have bad attitudes. But it's just one of the things. It depends. You got to work. You got to figure out your manager and how he takes things and stuff like that. So, like, I've been told I've got a bad attitude before, but when people meet me and speak to me, they're like, he's one of the most well-mannered and type thing. So, just everyone perceives people differently.
So what is your goal going forward now? Obviously, you're in non-league at the minute.
Yeah.
You easily have the ability to play back in the league. Everyone says it. You're probably sick and tired of hearing people say that to you. I'm clearly understanding.
Yeah.
But, 25 years of age, you still must want to get back in the Football League.
Yeah, definitely. Like, my target this season was I wanted to get a move by January. I was close to it. I went on trial with a league club. I don't think I could say for this reason, but I went on trial with a league club, but they couldn't sign me because they couldn't release the other keeper and you wouldn't go.
Okay.
So my only thing is, if I have to go back to non-league, hopefully I don't, but if I have to, I want January to be the latest when I get a move. Yeah. That I always set targets for myself. I always say I want this amount of clean sheets and by this time. I'm one of them type of people.
So how do you normally prepare yourself? Let's get inside to the head of a goalkeeper, because obviously you're a goalkeeper. How do you prepare yourself for every training session and games? What do you have to do to get yourself ready?
Do you know, I don't even... Now you said it, I don't even think about what I do. It's just been routine. But I just... Especially before games, I just chill. Like the night before, like Friday, say the game on Saturday, Friday night, I'll get home like as soon as possible, get stuff to get my waters and stuff like that, and just kick back and play PlayStation most of the time and just chill, and then
just keep yourself relaxed.
Yeah, and then the next day I'm just good to go. Like when it's training, I do the same thing, because when I think back to when I was full time, I never used to do anything like by 5, 6 o'clock I was in my house, or I was around one of the boys' house playing computer or whatever. I said just chill. I just try not to go out so much. I don't drink anyway, so.
So how do you think, or how do you personally feel about players that haven't made it but go on go out night clubbing and things like that and just buying all the champers and trying to show off and all of them sort of things?
Like the people like them, the people that I can't understand, or they say they wanna make it, but they don't do the things that someone that wants to make it, like they don't sacrifice anything. So I just look at them like, because I've been in clubs and I might have been on the table with my friends and stuff like that, but I don't even sit on the table. I just kick back and just whatever, and I see them spraying bottles and stuff. I'm thinking you're gonna struggle for the rest of the month type of thing, but I just ignore them, and I just, to be fair, I think about myself and my friends that are trying to make it and stuff like that, and if I could bring people through, I always try and bring my friends through.
Which is fantastic, and that's the next point. So what advice would you give, obviously, the viewers that are watching today about trying to make it, one, in non-league football, and then ultimately into the Football League where you've already been?
Yeah, if you've come from like a Football League club, or been released or something, I understand that you don't really want to play non-league, but it's one of the things, the experience from the non-league, the tackling, the physical aspect of the game, you'll gain so much more experience. So when you go back in the league, it's physically easier for you, but obviously technically won't be. You're going to have to do work in your own time. When you're non-league, you have to do your own work in your own time. You can't rely on them 2 days to get technically better or that little bit fitter. You have to do your own little piece of work, which it's only going to take 2 hours or 24 hours in a day. You know what I'm trying to say? So just sacrifice, and if you want it that much, you will sacrifice certain things.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Ashlee, for your time.
Cool.